What's going on, Hog fans? We are back for another 4th and 5 with Matt Harris. Matt, how you doing down there in Texas, man?
Doing good, man. Feeling real defensive today.
That's good. That's good. Well, you need to be feeling defensive because Arkansas needs a little bit of defense, brother.
I know.
It's been bad. Hey. First and foremost, we want to say thank you to Oaklawn Sports for sponsoring the show. If you guys have not downloaded the Oaklawn Sports app, I encourage you to do so. You can get involved with me, Grant, Matt, DJ on our parlay picks every single Saturday. So make sure you're staying tuned to the pregame show on Saturday. I think we're going live, Matt. Have you talked to DJ? Did he say we're going to go live 2 hours or 3 hours before the game?
It's a mystery box, Josh.
It's a mystery box. Okay, we'll talk to DJ.
It's either 2 or 3.
Yeah, we'll talk to him. We're thinking maybe like 11:30-ish for a pregame show, but we'll stay tuned for that. DJ will make the final call. He likes to pivot last second. Right. That's what he likes to do. So let's just go ahead and recap about this game, Matt. Let me just get your overall thoughts. You watched the game. We were texting during the game. What do you think now that you saw a 31-34, Arkansas at Tennessee?
Man, I'll tell you what, Josh. I loved this game. Throw the stats out. I was talking to Katie about this. I was watching every snap of this game. It was a great game. The modern day of football, 500 yards, that's just another Saturday. Mm-hmm. This is the number 1 most efficient offense in the country. Tennessee's rolling at Rocky Top. I mean, we should have given up, Josh, in my opinion, multiple times in this game. We came out in the second half swinging. I mean, just running fast. We're going to highlight a couple of really good plays effort-wise, and we're going to highlight some where we can improve it. My theme for this week is elevate your game. Elevate your game. You guys played really good last week. In order to beat those really, really good teams, you got to play great. Mm-hmm. You're an underdog. Own it. You got nothing to lose, right? Turn your 2-star status into a 4-star. I think these guys played as well as they could have. They got a lot of turnovers for us. They got a lot of pressures on the quarterback. They just did things the right way. A lot of improvements to go. Yeah. Obviously, that being said, we let up too many yards. There's big plays. People are just not filling the gaps like they need to. So all in all, I'm happy with the way they played coming off of a big coaching staff change. It's very emotional. Mm-hmm. But, man, in Rocky Top,
it's hard to play there, Matt. It's hard to play there.
It's hard to play there. We should have won the game.
We look at the game, and again, we everybody naturally blames defense, and I know you know that. Wow. But look, I think that might have been the best defensive performance that they've faced, that Tennessee has faced all season long. We held them to 34 points. I think they're averaging 40 some odd points per game. I don't think that you could ask, especially coming from a defense that's been struggling recently, ask for a better response defensively. Right. Also, this is where it gets complicated because also we came out and we played 4 quarters of offensive football. Now, fumbles seem to be the story of this season. All that being said, man, I was talking to a fan today. Let me just collect these thoughts. I was talking to a fan today, and he said, you know what? I'm tired of hearing all these people on Arkansas media. He said, there is no place for Arkansas media. And I didn't want to be like, or he said, an Arkansas fan that thinks the way I do, there's no place, there's no Arkansas media that is a voice for the fans anymore. Now they just want to candy coat and sugarcoat everything. I didn't want to tell him to watch 4th and 5 because I didn't know if he already knew or if he was going to say something. But my point is that there's one side of the coin that you look at that game and you go, man, we really took a big step forward. There's the other side of the game where it's still loss. So where's your standards? So what do you take with all that?
Man, I was just looking at the stats here. They had 220 yards passing, Josh, with 1 touchdown, no interceptions. They ran the ball really well at 146 yards. But all things considered, these guys, I just don't feel like are taking I think it's a mental thing, Josh. I don't know if they believe in themselves. This game should have told them a lot about themselves, and we're not sugarcoating it. You can't let up 500 yards and expect to win a lot of football games. But go back to even good defenses. They're still letting up 300-400 yards just because modern offense is crazy. There's a lot of times where I think our coaches put us in good positions and bad positions. We'll see some of that on the film where they're not going and pressing in certain situations. But a lot of it's effort, Josh. We're going to see this film. I want to jump in this film because there were so many good examples of effort in no-low football. You get 11 guys playing like that. Like, that was the locker room that I was accustomed to, was great energy and great effort, because your skill and your athletic ability, you'll see again on this film, we do feel the run. I mean, there is a lot of times where you play good football. And so it's just champions, right? Consistency is a sign of a champion. You got to be more consistent at that elevated game day status.
Right.
So right here, we'll just jump into it. You got 3 high safeties, Josh. This is something new that we did. You got Caleb Wooden there playing that middle kind of hole player. He's not a traditional deep safety. Tennessee like to attack the middle of the field, those intermediate routes. So I liked this scheme. I don't like that you're not lined up, Larry Worth. Get your butt lined up. And so this is a zone. You see Julian Neal down here. He's got his eyes back towards the quarterback. That receiver is going to break out, and then the other one's going to release up. What I think that this should have done was they trade off those players. But if they didn't, here you go. Right, here you go. Yeah, so okay, here you go. So I think Larry Worth should have dropped vertical down the hash, and Julian Neal traps that deep out. That's where you see like a lot of NFL interceptions and stuff, where the quarterback thinks those safeties and that corner is going to run with him. The safety is going to be outside leverage or inside leverage, like Larry Worth was, and he's going to be able to have an easy throw to the outside. If Neal, boom, pops out right now, the numbers, that's a pick or a big hit. I think that's what that defense was supposed to be. I hadn't seen it a lot this year. So I think it's still new to the guys, but it's a great scheme. And I think Julian Neal's a good corner and he can do it.
Yeah, when I look back at this play, and I know I'm hopping all over the place, I apologize. I'm just trying to get this mouse to play nice with me. But when I look at this play, you'd love to see Larry Worth be able to crack down and explosively get back to the ball and beat the receiver to the ball. I don't know that he can move that fast though.
So here's what I'm saying, Josh. Julian Neal right now. Well, you got to stop your route, and Worth goes vertical up the hash. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Julian Neal lets his inside breaking route go to Larry Worth. Exactly. He goes backwards. And Julian Neal, when the play goes and he sees that outside breaking route, you're going to see another play after this. They were in quarters coverage, and Julian Neal does exactly this. He comes off of his guy and he makes a play, boom, right there on the 20-yard line. It's very bang, bang, and it's very hard. But even if you're in a man-free coverage, Josh, you're talking to your guy, hey, are we switching or are we passing it off? If you pass those guys off between the two of you, now you have the ability to Julian Neal jump off and Larry Worth pass it off and go vertical. So it's just elevate your game.
Right.
Elevate your game, guys.
And I wonder if that's the call or if they're just not communicating properly. To me, it kind of looks like it's the call, but at the same time, hey, put your players in the best situation for them to be able to win with their skill sets. I don't think it's Larry Worth coming off of the
it's impossible. He's got inside leverage.
He's not he doesn't I don't think he's got the stop start like that to be able to do it. So let's take a look at this next play, Matt. What do you see here?
So right now, this is going to be the play side run. Our defensive end, a lot of people are going to say, well, why the heck did he not make this tackle? What you got to think in football terms, Josh, is there is a responsibility that you have. I've talked about it before, right? You don't have an alignment. You have a responsibility per se. Sorry is going to come around here and create an edge, the force. 0 there is going to be the spill player. So he is wanting to go inside shoulder, exactly like he's doing right now, and spill this play over the top to Sorry, who is now creating that hard edge. And they're playing this to perfection. Who you just highlighted, Brandon Shaw, you just got reached, son.
Right.
You just got reached. Backside backer. If I have to say it 10 more times, he's free to play right now. He's free. He's free. That lineman jumps out at him as he's close to the wash, and he goes underneath, and he puts Larry Worth in a really hard position. This isn't Larry Worth's play to make. I'm just going to give you a heads up, people watching at home. It's his play to make 10 yards, 12 yards downfield. He should have made it right there, maybe. Sure. But Sorry, backside linebacker, play football. You don't have to, it's all about angles. We were talking about this earlier, Josh. I want to see in practice if they're running the pursuit angle drill. Anyone who's ever played football from 4th grade on knows what the angle tackle drill is. And that's not a good angle. Even that, I mean, Josh, I sound like a mathematics nerd. I tell people, I'm like, it's trigonometry. It's simple science, right? Like you're going down at the play when it's going to go outside. So you're going to have to go down and around and make a big loop. You're never going to get
right.
there.
Man, but you go back to elementary football, Matt. We practice working down line. Remember the cones that we used to set up and have to play down line and Pee Wee football?
Yes.
I know that you're in Rocky Top, that the fans are yelling, you got a lot going on, but this is a reoccurring theme game after game after
Right.
game with him.
Right. It is, Josh. And that's where it's a mind switch, right? It's elevate your game. I want to see these guys have better angles this week. And it's just a simple elevation of their game. It's a now I'm not intimidated by Rocky Top. I know my responsibility. Newsflash, guys. If you're ever a backside backer or safety, you're not tackling this guy for a loss.
Right.
You're going to tackle him 5-6 yards down the field, 7 maybe, but you're going to come blindside this dude and get a chance to punch that ball out. You're going to be coming from his outside peripheral. This guy's nervous too. He's looking at Larry Worth downfield. If that backside backer
Yeah, he
can
doesn't see
come
you coming around all those
take
big
him out,
linemen. He doesn't see that at all.
he doesn't see you.
Yeah.
That's where you see these really good defenses, Josh, create turnovers because it comes from the backside. Even on the pass plays, like Julian Neal dropping off that first play, it's a surprise in the offense. So, backside backers, let's go play football this week.
All right, let's take a look at this next play, Matt, because we got a little bit more to get to here.
Yeah.
All right, 3rd and 6. First quarter still 7-7. We're in this game, and I think everybody at home is still like, even the haters can't help but get involved in a 6. You played half of the first quarter at 7-7. Looks like a team who's there to win a ball game. But tell me what you see here. Let's let this play run.
Close splits, Josh. Right now, this kind of frustrates me more than anything. You see Kenai Walker visualize a pass off. He has great. It's 3rd and 6, and we're pressing. Razorback fans, how many years have we wanted to press our corners on 3rd and 6? This is awesome.
Right. I know Matt's loving this. Matt's texting us. He's like, I love the press. I love the man-to-man. Yeah.
Yes. Because you know why, Josh? Because this guy pushes off and this quarterback misses the throw and it's 3rd and 6 and we get the ball back. But if you let that guy run free and your corner's out of position, look, he's hip to hip right now.
Yeah.
He's hip to hip. And then all of a sudden there's a 3-yard
space.
space.
It was right there. He shoved him on. He almost shoved himself down. He shoved him so hard.
Yes. Remember, was it Ole Miss or Memphis? Second before the halftime at Memphis, that guy pushed Julian Neal so hard he pushed him on his back. Do you know how difficult it is to run backwards and then turn your hips and continue to run full speed? Don't get me started on Caleb Wood. Caleb, get on your horse, son. This was a really long play to develop. It was a straight drop back pass. You are the deep safety. Like, I just need you closer. Go touch that. Like, let's see. Back. Quarterback's looking left, ball. Like, you need to be going fishtailing your way over to that. Go make a pick, dude. I made a play like this against Mississippi State. It was 4th down. I had to knock it down. But, I mean, it was such an easy read. That quarterback just drops a 5-step drop to his left. Look how far he is.
Yeah, dude, it's a reoccurring theme with Wooden, too. And I know we were really excited about him coming from Auburn. I still think he has the athletic ability, but it seems like he's second guess, slow playing, kind of in his head still. But,
Yes.
High standards, but it's year 1 for Caleb Wooden. I battle. I battle in my head that, when I'm thinking about some of these guys.
I know I got to be easy on Wooden, but not really. It's the SEC. You go to be gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These guys should out recruit me every year, and they couldn't do it. So, Josh, we watched film on this with DJ and I win the Georgia game in Tennessee, and why are we not pressing the top man on the line of scrimmage?
Yeah.
This is such an easy play for an offense to make. I mean, it's you and your boy versus one of theirs.
Right, Matt. You pointed this out. You when we first looked at this, you were mentioning, look, when they do that receiver stack there on the hash, you want to disrupt that.
Yes. Josh, look, and here's the reason. Look behind those two guys. There's a deep safety.
Right.
So you've got linebacker help on the inside. You've got safety help on the inside. I need you to press the outside of that wide receiver. And if he wants to take you outside, great. Who cares?
Right.
But if there's an inside breaking route, then pass that guy off, because they're going to try and do this. They're going to try and do a quick screen on you. They're not trying to do like a double slant and go here. But look at my guy, Quincy Rhodes. So look, coaching philosophy changed. They'll get that fixed. Look at Quincy Rhodes go. He would have made that play exhausted. He's 275 pounds and blocking the back, holding. But Larry Worth, rewind that. I'm sorry, Josh. I want to talk about this too. Larry Worth, elevate your game, son. Nope. Keep going. Keep going. Bo, can you please go upstairs, buddy? I love
Yeah,
you. You're beautiful.
I've got it right here. I'm going to run this back real quick and we'll highlight Larry Worth.
Okay, so there you go. Larry Worth is the boundary safety on the hash. If you see him on the snap, he does not drop. He is the whole player. Josh, I've been this player. They call this play for Larry Worth to make. They knew it was coming. They knew something in the middle was coming. Look at Larry Worth on the boundary right here.
Yep.
Yes, he's got his eyes. It leads him to the play the entire time. He needs to make this play. Elevate your game. Look, he's looking at it the whole time. Look at that. He's got a natural alley right now.
And the ball's out.
The ball's out. Right there. Go bang.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the outside. Go bang. Dude, if he runs to the sideline, it's not your fault. Backside safety. Backside safety. Backside backer. Make the play. Dang it. It's frustrating, man. I know what it's like to be on the backside of this play. And it's exciting. Yeah. Like this is the reason why
you play. Matt, how do you coach that, right? Like, because it's not like it's not being told to him. So it's not showing up in the game. What are you saying to him if you're the coach?
I'm in film right now. I'm with you in 4th and 5 right now, Josh. If that coach is not saying, go, pull your trigger, you do not have outside responsibility. You should not be going slow at all. You need to be running that gap and filling the alley every time. Yeah. You're not a deep safety. You're not a force player. Dude, you're a wrecking ball. Like, they need to play like Miley Cyrus behind that clip and just say, I'm a wrecking ball. And just go have fun. That's what I loved. Whenever I didn't have force and I didn't have deep safety help and I'm nervous about getting beat deep, right. Dude, there's nothing to be worried about. You can go miss a tackle. Right. Just go bang him. Go hit him somewhere where he's, pissing blood the next day.
The Arkansas Razorback defense goes into Rocky Top. They hold them to 34 points. There was a lot of big moments, and then there was those moments where they're breaking away the runs. But I think that what separates our defense from taking that next step is thinking fast and knowing their defense enough or trusting their instincts enough to go make that play. It seems to be again, another reoccurring theme. And I don't want to seem like I'm coming down on the guys because, hey, we did go into Rocky Top and played a really great offense, down to 31-34. And again, our defense has played one of the better defenses they've clearly faced all season. When we play well, we are actually a team that can beat these teams. I mean, that's why it's come down to these fumbles that's allowed these teams to escape with a win. However, in this particular situation, this is what holds our defense back every time.
Yes. Yeah, Josh, we've seen it a lot of times where guys where the play is being designed to make the play, they're not making the play, right? You got your spill player doing his job. You got your force player doing his job, but you got your backside backer getting cut off every time. Right. Like that's that guy's play to make, Josh, period. Same thing with Larry Worth in that whole position. I mean, there's a lot, and Larry Worth's a good player. I mean, I just don't think that these guys are playing with that instinct like they are. It's confidence. It's playing with a high level. Elevate your game. Right. You can do
getting beat bad over and over messes with your confidence.
It does.
And I think we're dealing with a little bit of that lingering side effect there.
Yeah. This should be a good game to build on.
Let's take a look at this next play here. Because again, it is second quarter,
right?
11 minutes in, 2nd and 11, 10-7. The Razorbacks are leading, baby. So
yeah, you're winning.
You would think that we're building momentum here. This is what should be happening.
Yeah. You got wide splits. You got motion in. I mean, this just tells us that we're not. This is so beautiful, Josh. It's 2nd 11. This is the type of defense that we're capable of playing. You got Shaw and Sorey in the middle there. And these guys, look at our 2 linebackers are going to stuff this play. This is what we expected pre-snap or preseason. Oh, look at that. Both of our guys, Sorey's in the mix. He takes on a lead blocker, keeps his outside shoulder free, and just completely stubs this guy. So 2 things have to happen. Your defensive linemen have to play really good gap discipline defense, which they do. And then our linebackers fill accordingly behind it, which they do. We built a wall and we set an edge. Larry Worth came down on your left here to set a good edge. You got your linebackers flying around inside. This is what run defense is supposed to look like, and it can look like it every time. Yep. I told that old story about Reggie Herring saying, I can call the same freaking play all the time, and you guys should be able to stop it every time. If you just line up in your gap and take care of your job, and make the play when it comes your way. My dad used to tell me, hey, the play's coming my way and I'm going to make it. I don't want Charlie to make it. I don't want Leroy to make it. I'm going to make this play. If it goes the other way, I'm going to be pissed because I want the ball to come to me and not them. Like, I went into every single snap of my of my career since first grade. I was like, the play's coming my way and I'm going to make it. I don't want Jericho Nelson to make this play. I don't want Jake Beckett. Jerry Franklin, get out. Me and Jerry still have a beef to this day because he scooped up a fumble against the A&M game and ran 92 yards in my backyard when I was right there,
No,
Jerry.
man, you saw the end zone, baby. You would have jogged. You would have jogged your way.
He's so slow. I had to lead block and go like backwards for him. Jerry was awesome. No, but I mean, that's the type of like competition that you've got to have. That's high level. That's high confidence. That's instinctual football. You're confident in your abilities and you're confident that you know the playbook. Man, those playbooks are thick every week. And the other guys on the side of the ball are really fast too. So, hey, let's go play.
Well, and then here we are again, right back to another play. I think this was back-to-back. This is second quarter. This was just the third down play here. And this is the Arkansas Razorback team that you get these glimpses of that keep us so engaged with Arkansas football, even though we keep losing.
Dude, it's awesome. 3rd and 10, you're up 10-7, and you got to just straight up one-on-one backside route. Jordan Young doesn't give up on the play. I mean, Josh, you have the ability to do this. So it's all about leverage too, right? So he's got inside leverage. He's got inside help. But if he knows he's got any outside breaking route, this was a good look at him staying in the pocket, keeping that left hand there and the right hand there. I mean, look, you're going to have to touch receivers. It's not pass interference. Everyone just relax. This guy had the ball in his hands. All right. He had every right. He wasn't bodying him. Like, this was a good play by Jordan Young. Caleb Wooden, right? I want to see some reaction out of you. Ball's in the air. If that ball gets tipped, that's better. At least he's closer. But don't do this,
But I just want to see a little bit more urgency from Woodson.
I know. Like,
that ball's in the air, man. This is 3rd down. Get over there.
I know. And look at that. He stays back. He gets that left hand up through. I mean, and this is the stuff that's encouraging on 3rd and 10 in the red zone. You're going one-on-one with their slot receiver. I mean, that's good football. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff I was talking about. Like, throw the stats away. I know we let up a lot of yards, but we played to the very last series, which they actually jumped off sides, false start. If you didn't know, that's what Coach Petrino was so hot about, was their left end jumped off sides. So, I mean, we stopped them. We scored. We almost stopped them again. Like, it was pretty cool to watch that come down to the 4th quarter. If 3 fumbles, it's hard to overcome.
It's really hard to overcome it. But, that play beforehand, let me pull back real quick. This play, just to emphasize this, because I feel like I've been picking on these guys a little bit. But here's what I'm trying to say here is that just like you said, if that ball is tipped because he throws a jab up in there, it's plays like this that if you've played football and you've been coached by good coaches, like, all right, you weren't involved in that play. I get it. But if you don't practice it every single time, when that ball is in the air next time, you're nowhere to be found because you haven't been practicing.
Look, Julian Neal's 7 yards away. Take 3 steps. Maybe you're just as close. And that's the type of coaching, Josh, to your point. That's that Saban type of coaching. There's a lot of good coaches over there. And this isn't Julian Neal's play to make. When you're the deep safety, you're staring this down the whole time. That's why I'm on.
That's just what I want to see Wooden have a little bit more. Get on your horse get on your horse a little bit more on every play, because you never know if it's going to be caught and then tackled and then fumbled or popped up in the air, a contested ball. Like, you want to be there. Hey, guess what? You remember the touchdown that I caught Alabama week? What was it, Matt? It was a mosh pit of guys going up, 2 guys fighting for it, and I caught a touchdown in practice on Matt Harris. I made Matt Harris think that I just scored a Super Bowl winning touchdown.
I wasn't happy.
No, he wasn't. Because that's how, that was the mentality. We fought till the ball dropped, even in practice on a freaking Tuesday.
It was a Hail Mary.
Yeah, it's the stupidest play ever. But
but I remember getting into a fight with everybody. Everyone's out there cussing each other out because it just.
And I'm spinning the ball like I just scored a touchdown on Saturday. But to be honest with you, it's that type of mentality that you just want to see from these guys every play, because there will be another moment later in the season where there will be an opportunity. If someone would have hustled and been there, they could have.
I got introduced. The coaching staff introduced me to Tony Bua. I'll never forget going to Coach Vaughn's office. They said, Matt, we want you to meet somebody. And I was like, all right, what's going on? Whenever you have to go to the coach's office, it's like, okay, this 50-50, this I could have a scholarship or not after this. But you'd go in there and Tony Bua is sitting there and Coach Vaughn introduced me, said, you guys remind me a lot of each other. And I was like, wow, that's
high praise, brother.
Compliment. High praise. And I was still a scout team on up and coming, but my motor was like that. That's just, who I am. If you can't tell people, I just am a gritty kind of guy. And Tony Bua was like that, like Wooden when he was there. Tony Bua probably would have been close enough to like maybe hit the guy before he hit the line. Like it's that type of play. And it's infectious, dude. Let it be a disease on the defense where everyone is just swarming around. They used to say, tap the hat, 11 guys the ball every time. Offenses get scared, dude. When you're out there screaming and congratulating each other, and there's 6 guys around the ball barking at the ball carrier,
right?
They don't want that. And guess what? You're flying around with your boys, playing ball. In the purest moments of these games, Josh, that's like people are like, well, what do you miss most? The locker room. That's the cliche answer, but like I miss those pure moments of sport where you were just undeniable force in nature. And it was just like you were like, you didn't hear the crowd. It wasn't about anything else. It was awesome.
You're right. That's, to be honest with you, Matt, that's what was so fun. That's why after high school, I was like, what do I want to go do? Where do I want to go? I couldn't see life after football at that point in time. So, if I'm going to go play, I'm going to go play up at the Arkansas Razorbacks. And guess what? I'm going to bust my ass because I want to still play football, because I know you can attest to this, how much fun. I didn't care if it was Tuesday. When you look back, it wasn't just the Saturdays, man. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If the ball is in the air, you're not stressed out. You're not worried about anything going on in your life. You don't have family problems. You don't have girl problems. You don't have money problems. You are at peace when you're in the middle of a play. And for people who haven't played football, they don't get it. I used to tell my wife, I'd say, in regards to my career, well, man, I mean, I like what I do, love what I do. I haven't loved anything since football because, babe, when the ball's in the air, you're at peace. It's just it's weird to talk about football like that. But anyways, it's just the truth.
But that's what you got to have. And stuff like this, guys that love to play the game, they play like Quincy Rhodes. Watch Quincy Rhodes, that defensive end at the boundary. This is a draw. It was a bad fill by Shaw. It wasn't bad, but again, elevate your game is the theme this week. Look at Quincy Rhodes. Yeah. Look at Quincy Rhodes. Makes this play on the Tennessee tee, starting back at the 15-yard line, Josh. This guy runs almost half the length of the field. And see, Shaw comes downhill. When you see this gap, Josh, as a linebacker, you're not thinking, I'm going to make this tackle. You're thinking, I'm about to create chaos. I mean, absolutely get nasty in there. And he doesn't give up ground. Look how little space there is between the guard and tackle there. I guess it's the guard and guard. That's not
with these big guys, you got to get low. You got to get leverage. You got to blow that up.
It used to be, I don't know if it's illegal anymore, but you go take their knees out and you cause a mess and you just build a mountain there. So that guy's either got to jump in the air or he's got to stop and go around. But one way or the other, look at Quincy Rhodes. Look at this. Look at Quincy Rhodes.
And this is a prime example of Coach Petrino talking about in practice. He said, or one of the defensive players was talking about what Coach Petrino has brought to the defense, right? Because they're like, hey, offensive guy, was he brought to the defense? He says specifically, he's started something new in practice called tap the hat, where you run to the play. That is it. He wants you to tap the hat of whoever makes the play, so that all 11 guys on the field are running to the play. Which I mean, when you see this is a direct
look at that
difference than what we saw previously from the Razorbacks. So,
it's great, man.
Love to see it. All right, let's talk about this next play. 3rd down.
Yeah. One high safety, Josh. You got Larry Worth coming into the box. You see those linebackers scoot over to the left there. This is a design play call, and it works great until our backside. Look, Josh, where are you guys going? Where's our backside linebackers going? I mean, run it back. There you go. Okay, so Sorry's down. I'm sorry. So Larry Worth's down right. Look at our backers. Our 2 middle linebackers are over there. He's going to shuffle. Like, this is their play to make. So you got your defensive end. He's going to do the spill. He's causing the mess over him. And then Larry Worth is coming on the right side. It's beautiful. Look, he's got his great, but look at the hole. Exactly.
Right. What's Shaw doing getting caught up back here?
You like if you're going to say, hey, Larry Worth, take on that pulling guard who weighs 310 pounds with one arm and put your other arm out and arm tackle that SEC running back coming through the hole, you'd be fired. That's a very bad coaching philosophy. No one is making that play unless you're Lawrence Taylor. Like you have a pulling guard. Larry Worth sticks his foot in the ground right there on the hash. Your backside backers are getting close. Look, there's two of them behind one guy.
He's getting caught up in the wash because he's not working down line again. A similar play to what we saw earlier.
Exactly. I mean, man, it's just really frustrating because we've heard it time and time and time again. And here's an obvious passing down. You got a deep, just
get to it.
Yeah, no, you're good. Blame Josh, everybody. Blame Josh.
Let me get to it. Hold on.
But the backside players, man, have to get involved. And how you coach that, I just have to be boots on the ground there. I would just have to say, guys, like I would set up drills to where your first reaction isn't getting caught up in the wash. Your first reaction is shuffling, taking a read step. And if you're not play side, don't go forward. Turn your shoulder and go that way. You're never going to even go down. Remember a guy named Patrick Willis running linebacker for Ole Miss? Right. Probably one of the best linebackers to ever play the game. I saw him go side to side on Darren McFadden. And at that point, I was like, that guy's going to be a first-round draft pick. He's a psycho. And he ended up getting like 14 tackles that day, and he's first round. He'll be Hall of Fame. Not many people can do that.
Yeah, so, smart NFL player too. Got out early after he became like the best linebacker.
Exactly. He was like, "Hey, I'm 7 years in the league. I'm a clear no-brainer, first ballot guy. I'm out of here." But that's an example of if you have that ability, you can go side to side. If you don't have that ability, go get on an angle and get on your horse.
Yep.
Great defense here. This is straight quarters. You got two deep safeties and two corners now instead of press. Josh, we're off 7, 8, 9 yards. I'm not opposed to this. It's 3rd and 25. It's basically a prevent defense here. Julian Neal, the top corner there to the field. That guy's just going to run him off, and they're going to try and hit that tight end underneath. Smalls, this is your play to make, dude. You don't have deep responsibility. You don't have short responsibility. You have intermediate passes. You have no one else around you. You are man-to-man on this guy. Cut him underneath, undercut this route because you have a safety on top, and Julian Neal, who ends up making this play beautifully, might I add, bam, it's the play. You got a deep safety and a deep corner. But Josh, just like in the run game where you're creating that force, and instead of just like looking to get blocked, you're taking that guy 1 yard in, elevate your game, defensive backs. Know that that's your play to make. Yeah. That's your number. I mean, it's just, again, Josh, we talked about it time and time again. I was an overrated 2-star coming out of high school. I took 2 years on the bench because I need to put on 30 pounds. And I eventually got there, but I got there because I was very instinctual and I played very fast when I knew that was my job. And these guys have to be book nerds, dude. They've got to be game planning like it's their job because it is. You're getting paid. And if you want to go play on Sundays, that's what you got to do. But, these guys are just so close to elevating their game and sinking underneath a route like that and picking the ball off in a rocky top, man, it'll change your whole perspective on your ability and your defense's ability. So elevate your game. Julian Neal. I love Julian Neal. Look at this, Josh. Let's count these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a safety behind them.
And what I'd like to point out here too, Matt, is it's 17-20. You're about to go into fourth quarter.
Right.
This shouldn't happen. And is this an alignment error? What's going on here?
This is an alignment error. You see Shaw, he's turned around right now talking to Worth or Mitchell. I can't see who that safety is. He's saying something. And usually whenever safeties and linebackers are talking, me and old Jay Frank, Mr. Bobcat, I would say, hey, I'm down right or I'm down left. Meaning, hey, if I'm down right, you guys are shuffling to the left. If I'm down left, you guys are shuffling to the right. It looks like a safety was supposed to be down to the right or the linebackers were supposed to be bumped over, but this is a clear and there's 6 guys on one side. Thank goodness Larry Worth makes this tackle when he does. That's a hard tackle to make. I just want to let y'all know he made it look easy. That running back could have cut back, but look at this. Defensive end forces the ball upfield. Defensive tackle is in his gap. Backside safety, or really it would have been a play side safety or backer. They end up in the same hole, Josh. They end up in the exact same hole. It's 20-17 into the third quarter. You're exactly right. Stuff like this can't happen. And I mean, we've broke down probably what, 7, 8 plays like this where it's like, how did that happen? Everyone was there to make the play.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's backside safety. That looked like it was a bad alignment, miscommunication.
Yeah. There's reoccurring themes. One of them is
Yeah.
our backside linebacker not
Yeah.
getting over, playing down line.
Yeah.
One of them's not getting set properly or being out of alignment.
Yeah.
And did we get better? Here's what I do want to say is
Yeah.
that we just went into Rocky Top. We held them to 34 points, and they've been putting up much larger points,
Yeah.
point totals against all these other teams. So
Right.
Arkansas defense, you did
Right.
good enough for us to win that game, and that's what we needed. But we talk about winning tape is always good tape to watch, right?
Yeah.
This type of tape too, when you go out and you put off a defensive performance like that, this is good tape to break down too, because there's still a lot of plays there that they probably wouldn't have had, 27 points at the end of the game if we would have shored up some of that. So you're going into Texas A&M, or now you're going into Texas A&M. Texas A&M's coming to you. It's a big game because you've got the Petrino. Hey, I just came from Texas A&M. What do you what do you want to see in front of the home crowd from the defense this weekend?
I've been talking about it all show. I want to see them elevate their game, right? I saw a really great effort, the tap the hat stuff. I mean, that's just like nostalgic to me. That does instill a motor that you saw on Saturday. Josh, again, this is like, I like breaking down defensive film with the intent to just get better, no matter what the offense does. You can't help now as like an objective bystander. Hey, how would we have fared if we didn't lose 3 fumbles in that game?
Right.
Stats lie, right? Like that you gave their offense 3 more opportunities than they were supposed to have, and they still didn't score over 35 points. So that's where, like Tony Romo is the best quarterback in quarterback's history. Statistically, he's got the most yards, most touchdowns. Like, don't be fooled by this defense's statistics. When you lose 3 fumbles a football game, I guarantee you, Bobby P was in that offense's ants all week about losing the ball. If you don't turn that ball over a lot, your defense now, their confidence, you're talking about that confidence and playing fast and instinctual. When you're out on the field over and over and over again, and playing as decent as they did, that's what I like to see. I want to see them get even better, Josh. No excuses. If the offense turns the ball over 4 times, hey, guys, we got to get the ball back. They can score points. You got to believe in both sides of your team. And so right now, I think that those guys got back on track defensively, effort-wise, ability-wise. I want to see the same thing at A&M, but I want to see it take a step up. Elevate your game. Play to their level. This is a top 5 team coming in. A&M is no joke this year. They're finishing. They will embarrass you like Notre Dame did. They're 10 times better than Notre Dame. You need to go out there and play. Go beat A&M in Fayetteville and see what happens. Go beat them. I'm not going to Josh Throne this thing, but I mean,
I don't know how this narrative got started. I really don't. I do not understand how this narrative got started. 4th and 5 fans, don't listen to them. All I said was that somebody came to me and put me through a scenario of what ifs. What if we went and beat Tennessee? And you know what? The guy wasn't very far off, because we should have beat Tennessee, barring a couple fumbles. We have the talent on the field if coached right, and if we hold on to the ball and protect the ball, that we can clearly compete with Ole Miss, Tennessee, Texas A&M. The only team that beat the brakes off of us was Notre Dame. So, and I think that had a lot to do with the players letting go of the rope. So here we are going into Texas A&M coming back. Petrino's got a lot to play for here, coach for. The team's got a lot to play for here. Changes the season a little bit. You just win 1 game. I know the record doesn't necessarily mean much to anyone at this point in time. Razorback fans are already disappointed with where we're at record-wise, but for players, you're playing for your NFL game film, you're playing for your NIL money, you're playing for your pride, your respect, for the helmet that you put on. So I expect for us to come out, pick up where we left off. I think the team left Rocky Top disappointed, but a little bit more confident in what they're capable of. So hopefully we see that same team show up a little bit more fine-tuned. Matt, I appreciate your time. I know you got to get out of here, guys. If you have not downloaded that Oaklawn Sports app, please do get involved with us, because Matt is the king of parlays. I've actually lost money every time I try to bet on our parlays. But guess what? We'll be putting together one, and I'm feeling lucky this weekend. Maybe the Razorbacks are feeling lucky as well. DJ and Matt is coming to Northwest Arkansas this weekend. So DJ, Matt, Grant, and I, the whole team for the first time this season, will be live at the Alumni House in Fayetteville for the pregame show. We look forward to having you guys there, and thanks for watching 4th and 5.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears, Josh. Lions and Tigers and Bears.